got a little bit of rain and a little bit of snow mixed in there. Just took a 30-minute break, got some gas. We're just east of Effingham, Illinois. Woo. Had to wait till that blinker was off, man. That thing was noisy. So, week number 2, Maverick Driving Academy. You're gonna have your permit by then. Hopefully, you should. And then Monday you will start driving. You'll be in the truck. Now, before you get in that truck, though, they're going to give you a couple of sheets of paper, front and back. I think there's like 4 of them, and that's going to have your pre-trip on it. You're going to start learning that pre-trip on Monday. That pre-trip is important. You're going to have a couple of resources. You're going to have the sheets that they give you, and it's going to have the pre-trip all spelled out and everything you need to memorize. You're going to have a video on your tablet that you're going to be able to watch, and it goes through the whole entire pre-trip. And then you're going to have trucks parked over by the Maverick Hotel that are going to be open, and you're going to be able to go inside that truck and open the hood and everything else that you need to do to be able to see and practice your pre-trip. Now, my suggestion is this, and these are 3 tips that you need to take into account, because you've only got about 2 weeks, maybe a little over 2 weeks, to memorize 160 or 165 items on that truck, and what you need to be looking for and how you need to say it so that you can get your license. So, tip number 1 is read those sheets they give you over and over and over again. Read them and read them and read them. Tip number 2. Here, I'm going to skip number 2. Tip number 2 is watch that video over and over and over and over again. Okay. Tip number 3 is have your classmates go out there with you to those vehicles that are parked over at Maverick and quiz you on that stuff. Have them look at your paper while you recite it, and have them notate your mistakes, and help guide you through that. The more practice you do, just like anything else, the better you're going to be at it. Every single morning before you get in that truck and you start practicing your backups, they're going to quiz you on pre-trip. You're going to go out there and they're going to split you up in a few groups. Each instructor is going to take somebody or take a group, and you're all going to do a pre-trip, or at least part of the pre-trip. And they're going to tell you what you need to work on and how you need to say this and that and other things. Pre-trip is going to include mechanical parts to the truck, mechanical parts to the engine, brake parts. It's going to include in-cab parts and a brake test. So if you've never done this before and you don't know much about a tractor and trailer, you're going to have to learn. So after you get done with your pre-trip in the morning, then you're gonna do a couple of things. You'll either start practicing your straight line backs, your 45 degrees. You'll do those first, and then when they think you're comfortable with those, then you'll rotate to a 90-degree backup. A lot of people get intimidated by that 90 degree. Don't. It's not that hard. And they will guide you through all of that. They'll stay with you. They'll guide you. A lot of them like to walk beside the truck and tell you when to turn your wheels and when to straighten your wheels back up to get you into the lane. What I have found to work for me is number one, you got to relax. Don't be nervous, okay? They're not going to let you wreck the truck, all right? There's nothing out there on that pad that you're going to be able to run into that's going to hurt that truck. Don't worry about that, okay? Number two, visualize the way that truck moves versus the way you turn the wheel. What I did was I pictured the truck from the top down, like I was looking over the truck, and I would visualize the way I would turn the wheel, the way the steer tires would turn on the truck, the way the back of the truck itself would turn, the way it would be pointed, and what that would do to the back of my trailer. And I would visualize that over and over again. Okay, if I turn the wheel this way, what way is the back of the truck going, and what way does that turn the back of the trailer? If you can visualize that and think about how that trailer needs to go into that lane, I think you'll do just fine. There are a few videos on YouTube that show that in like a CGI kind of form. I don't have the capabilities of doing that, so search that out. Just search in 90-degree turn or straight line back, and you'll be able to find some videos that'll show you that. And then about middle of the week, you'll start doing trips on the road. They'll take 2 or 3 of you at a time in these trucks. They've got seats in the back of the truck. They've taken out the beds, and they put air ride seats in the back, and you'll be about 3 of you in there, and you guys will take about an hour turn driving that truck. You'll drive from the terminal to Memphis. You'll drive from the terminal to Russellville and back. You'll drive down 2-lane highways. You'll go to like Carlisle and back, Palestine and back. You'll get plenty of seat time. Just relax and don't worry about being stressed and mess up. The instructor will tell you what you're doing and how to fix it. Okay, they're very attentive and they're very nice and a little crazy, but that's okay. You got to be a little crazy to do some of these jobs, and that's all right. But they sit in that passenger seat and they instruct you as you're driving and help you out. So don't be nervous. Pay attention to what you're doing and be attentive to the road and the people that are around you, and you'll do just fine. But that's really all there is to that second week. You're just learning pre-trip. Oh, you also, one more thing. You also start you're doing trip planning that week. You'll have homework every single night, and you'll start doing that, and it's not hard. They'll teach you how to use the atlas and where to look in the atlas for road closure or road restrictions and low bridge restrictions, stuff like that. They'll show you how to use the appendices in the back. But they're real helpful, and like I said in the previous video, ask questions. If you don't know, ask questions. I would suggest not asking your fellow students, because a lot of them don't know either. This is their first time doing this. Ask the instructors. Ask those questions and get the correct answers, okay? They won't steer you wrong. They'll answer whatever questions you've got. Just ask those questions and be courteous about it. I'm gonna get off here and we're gonna drive. Look at all that snow, man. Wow. This is the heaviest snow I've driven in so far. So I'm gonna get off here and concentrate. I'll wrap it up later. What's up, Marley Kitty? Marley. Everybody meet Bob Marley. He's the coolest cat. I know. No. So my wife has done an amazing job at cleaning the house and getting it ready for Christmas. She's
Got all the Christmas stuff up. She's like going Christmas nuts in here. It's got Christmas stuff over there. Got Christmas stuff in here. We got Christmas pillows. What's that pillow? That one's not a Christmas pillow. Christmas pillows. I've got my, a Christmas story blanket. There's Christmas all over the place.